treat my body like a temple.
Yeah, open to everyone, day or night.
You are feeling sorry for yourself. Sure, you're 5 years older. So am I. So is Blanche. All right, so you have a few more wrinkles. So do I. So is Blanche. All right, you're a little thicker around the middle. So is Blanche.
Must you do that?
She can't help it, Blanche. She has to blow her nose. Or is that a banana?
What are you trying to do, Rose? Qualify for some kind of scout badge?
Well, I can't help it if I'm an honest person. Obviously, something you don't know anything about.
What are you talking about?
When you bought pantyhose in petite. Everybody can see you couldn't get those past your knees.
If you don't keep your voice down, I'm going to hit you in the head with this loin of pork. Well, this is good. This is all food that would have spoiled.
Boy. I am so glad that my date with Barry is tomorrow. The fat won't have time to show.
It won't?
No, it always takes a few days before it shows.
Where does it go in the meantime?
To Connecticut. How do I know where it goes?
But I want you to meet my friend, Tommy Cochran. Sit down, Tommy. Tommy's a writer. According to the New York Times, he is the most exciting new novelist to come along since Mr. Norman Mailer. We met in the park last week. I was sitting there reading Tommy's latest book, and he came over and offered to autograph it for me, and we've just been inseparable ever since.
Hey, Cochran, what are you sitting with the guest for? It's time to serve the main course.
But once he changed the name to pesto sauce, it moved like hotcakes.
Ma, you're making this up.
So what? I'm old. I'm supposed to be colorful. Do we have any orange juice left?
No, we're all out.
They closed the center.
Not your grief counseling center.
No, the Kennedy Space Center. She wanted to be the first Lutheran on the moon.
I hate phone calls in the middle of the night. Now I'll never get back to sleep. I'm as jumpy as a virgin at a prison rodeo. Thank you. I'm having a raw vegetable plate. You probably haven't noticed it, but I put on 3 pounds on each side. Oh, I can't fall asleep now.
Still at the rodeo, Blanche?
Oh, I feel just terrible. My eyes are all puffy, my nose is red, my glands are swollen. Isn't it amazing how I can feel so bad and still look so good?
Ma, what do you think? Do I have a chance of winning?
Absolutely. As long as they don't add a swimsuit competition.
Doesn't she have the most adorable little sneeze?
It's okay, I didn't want my salad anyway.
Milton.
See you tonight at 7.
Tonight at 7, Milton.
Through this.
Honey, I wanted to ask you about Milton from the center.
Yes.
Well, now, that is strictly a professional relationship.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, there couldn't be anything between Milton and me. He has this thing about only dating fat women. Great news. I got a date. Well, excuse me for trying to have a life.
And maybe we could go out.
My Dirk, did I just hear you ask me for a date?
Are you deaf? I heard him from here.
This is strictly off the record, but Dirk's nearly 5 years younger than I am.
And what, Blanche? Dog years? Really miss having a man around. They're so good at answering the phone in the middle of the night.
That's not all they're good at.
And when they're really good, you don't even hear the phone. Barry Glick is very important to you.
Barry was the man that I wanted to be the first.
First where?
On Mars, Rose. My first lover.
Well, so what happened?
Stanley, that's what happened. Stanley. I went to a drive-in with Stanley. He said he was being shipped off to Korea and would probably die, and it would mean so much. That was my part of the war effort. It took 3 seconds.
Oh, hi, Blanche. You look terrific.
Thanks.
Blanche looks terrible.
They were all smarter and more talented than I was. And then when I was 16, I discovered I had a talent, too. The talent to drive men crazy with a body that many said should have come with a warning label.
Blanche, please. What was the one thing that we wanted most from our mothers?
Training bra?
Look at me. I have turned back the hands of time. Since Dirk asked me out, I've dropped 10 years. Why, my face is smooth, my body is taut, and my gears are grinding.
Blanche, no matter what you do to your face, your body, or your gears, you are still your age.
Of course you are. Gravity always takes its toll. Look at me. I used to be a tall, voluptuous blonde with a butt like granite.
You dated a younger man?
Yes, Rose. Of course, it was before I had the hump on my back.
The first time in my life, I feel over 40.
You know why that is, honey?
Why?
Because you're over 50.
I waited till my wedding night.
No.
Yes.
And?
And it was a surprise.
How's that possible? Another man showed up?
What I mean is, I had never seen a man before.
A man?
You know, a man.
No.
Yes.
What about your father? You mean you never saw your father?
My father. Oh, no, my father. Oh, my goodness. No, I would have simply died. What? Oh, you don't.
Easy,
Oh, my
easy,
God.
easy.
All right. But the only things I ever saw were the animals on the farm. You know, the bulls and the horses.
Tough act to follow.